Hello everyone, this is Waldorf,
And the Statler?
and tonight we've got Battle Report 77.
077.
Kingdom of Equitaine versus the Infernal Dwarves.
Huzzah Hobbies.
Yep. This is when I play Blonde Beer again. See him over there on the right?
is that him? With the flaming
Well,
eyes
I've
and flaming mouth?
so I got to tell you, they gave me a sneak peek of the colored pictures,
Uh-huh.
and the Infernal Dwarves is actually his picture.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
So, I'm lying about that sneak peek thing.
No, you're not.
Same list as I used in the last few games.
With a brand new font.
With a brand new font and a brand new path of magic. I tried
Yes.
divination in this one. I'm probably not. I'm not sold on it still.
Yeah.
So I'm just going back and forth. I went back and I looked at Druidism again, and I'm like, this has possibilities.
Till you blow your lance up.
Do you blow my lance up? Anyway, so there you have it. Playing.
So exact same list, no little changes.
That's the only thing is
Except your hardened shield's only got a small H, so it's only a...
You know what?
hardened
This
shield?
font doesn't capitalize H's.
Oh, yeah?
No, because if this is the this actually is a capital.
So that's the capital.
That's a capital. It's weird. It just doesn't capitalize H's. I don't know
Okay.
what the deal is. I don't know what they have against H's.
You broke the H.
Apparently. Infernal Dwarves. He has an engineer prophet who is his general. He's a wizard master with 5 pyromancy spells. He's got an infernal weapon, talisman of greater shielding, and an arcane power. Tomb of arcane power. And then he was apparently listening to our review of the Infernal Dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or I kidded him about it. I said, did you listen? This is the build. Did you listen to the thing? He's got BSB with the Axe of Battle for 6 attacks and the gauntlets, which give him +1 strength.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little trick. I like that.
The...
Dragon Mantle will bring up his armor save, of course. He's got another prophet with a lucky shield and a ring of fire.
Far.
And a Hobgoblin Chieftain with the Backstabber. What this does is lets him ambush with a unit of Backstabbers. So, 17 Infernal Warriors will command Shields War Standard. 15 more Musician Standard Blunderbuss and
They took
Shields.
blunderbusses, wow.
Yeah, I was talking to him about that, and he's like, well, it's a crap weapon. He said, but it's a point a guy.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
Yeah.
So why not? Anyway. 20 Hobgoblins, Standard Musician, Bows, and Shield. And 20 Hobgoblin Ed Backstabbers. These are the guys with extra hand weapon and poison.
Yep. I like how the orcs, goblins, and hobgoblins can have bows and shields, so they get the hand weapon shield bonus and they get bows.
Right? What's the problem with that? It's pretty neat. It's good.
Yeah.
Every army should have that.
Sylvan elves can't have shields.
Yeah, well, that's because they're... Anyway.
Of course, they have a higher weapon skill, so they wouldn't get the same bonus anyway.
Right. Then his big unit of 29 Immortals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's pretty big.
Full command, infernal weapons, shields, and the Rending Banner.
Oh, going for the big -3
to the armor. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty tough. 4 Torok Anointed
paired weapons.
with paired weapons, musician shields.
Mm-hmm.
5 Hobgoblin Riders, shield, bow, light lance. A single rocket battery, and 2 of the gunnery teams. Those are the guys with the little, almost rattling gun things.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. There's his pyromancy spells.
Far.
He's got flaming swords, pyroclastic flow, emulation, and cascading fire. And a fireball ring.
Mm-hmm.
Just to heap onto it. Actually, go back for a minute. What was that?
I don't know what that is referring to.
Oh, this is an old card. I
That's
saw these ranges, and I said these are wrong.
Yeah.
So it should be this.
It's actually the spell
Right.
one also. It's not the bound one, which doesn't have the ranges.
Correct. It should just have 36.
Yeah.
But, this is an old card because it's reversed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's my guys. Look at that. Another picture of my guys. I just like my guys. I took pictures of them while I was waiting for him to set up. I deployed everything first. We played which scenario? We played battle line and secure target, where you put the two targets down,
Mm-hmm.
and there are the two targets. There's one here
From there.
and one over here.
So you deployed first on the left,
I deployed first from like this hill you see right here
Yeah.
to the left.
and then he deployed after you, and he castled up and sort of,
Correct.
not really castled, but quasi-castled in the,
Quasi castle.
on the other side.
Correct.
So he could shoot at you more.
This is a ambushing unit. This one
Okay.
back here in the top corner.
Yeah.
They are not there. But there's these killer can things, these orc killer cans he's using those are his weapons teams, the gunnery
Okay.
teams. This is the orc unit, a small unit of dwarves with blunderbusses.
Mm-hmm.
4 Torok are anointed. These are the hobgoblins with bows and shields. This is a big immortal block. His other block of just the dwarven whatever the guys are
Mm-hmm.
is his rocket
Rocket.
battery. This is his little engineer.
Right.
All this guy has is a lucky shield and a ring of 4 hobgoblin riders, and these guys are ambushing with a hero.
I like looking at the old big hat models.
He was talking a lot about his big hats. You should be jealous. Because his big hats made it on this channel before yours did.
That's true.
So one thing I have done is I have a trebuchet right here in the bottom corner
Mm-hmm.
and trebuchet in the left corner. I should have kept this one a lot closer. My thought was I wanted to separate them because I didn't want the ambushing unit to come up and get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wondered if he's going to use that whole unit to ambush. All it's going to do is kill a trebuchet.
Right.
Was my idea.
Right.
But I, placed them before I considered these guys.
Yeah.
So he vanguards up out of the field before turn 1.
Yeah, they're not very good, but they're good enough to take care of a trebuchet.
They are, and there's nothing between him and that trebuchet.
Yeah.
So even after deploying first and rolling off, he's going to go first. And you can see on the right, he moves up to inside 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of his troops just come forward a little bit. His main battle line moves forward. Who's this? Why did he drop somehow I dropped the immolation spell, I think. So there he goes, battle line. Oh, yeah, he's fireballed. This is his caster in that unit. Fireballed a guy off my unit.
Mm-hmm.
His little strength 4 shouldn't hurt me that much, but they just snipe at you. It just
Yeah,
cause
they'll
just
blink.
annoying. So that thing thumped at me, needed 6s to wound, or 5s to wound. One of the two. Caused 2 wounds, but I made both my saves. Kind of shook him off. It's that one that causes panic
Mhm.
checks. Yeah, he did drop the immolation spell, because he didn't have much to do at that range.
Right.
So just drop the immolation spell, because it remains in play. It'll stay there until he either picks it up or I bother dispelling it.
Right.
So my turn, I move forward. You can see rather aggressively. This is a change for me. Figured I'd get forward and see what I can do. Got my redirectors back here in the back where they can stay safe from all the shooting.
Right.
These guys are peeking forward to see this killer can thing in the woods. So are these. Both those are long charges, by the way. But it's what I can do. Army Builder has their movement wrong. We need to fix that.
Does it?
It does. And you meant to send a note in to the guy and let him know.
It's also got the mistake on the questing valve, because if you take it tells you can't have a great weapon. With the
Oh,
guy with
does
the
it?
questing valve, yeah.
Okay.
So,
On the character with the questing?
yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Take the rending sword, it gives you an error. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Must be a rending sword issue, because my guy's got a great weapon
Oh, okay.
and the questing vow. Maybe it's a magic item spell. Anyway, so top of turn 2, he's up. Of course, these guys charge in, have an easy charge on my trebuchet.
What did your trebuchets do the previous turn?
Shot, add nothing.
Mm.
They both fired into his Torok anointed, the big Torok units,
Oh, okay.
because that was the unit I'm kind of scared of, and I kind of wanted to thin it out.
Okay.
They both hit. I'm sorry, neither one hit.
Oh.
on either roll.
Yeah, that big unit of
Oh, sorry, I take that back. 1 hit and did a wound.
the other unit scares me.
Which one?
The big block, yeah.
Well,
Of course you got time, but
I'm actually hoping. My plan is to come forward, threaten this unit, have him get ready for it, and then just go left and right
and smack your guys. Yeah,
and go around it. I don't want to deal with this
yeah,
unit.
that's fine.
Because he's got a character in there that's his BSB here in this unit.
Right.
His general's here in this unit. BSB's here. The other guy here, and his hobgoblin guy is ambushing.
Yeah.
So he is kind of spread out as far as his characters goes. But again, while they've got a character in this unit, they're stubborn.
Right.
So again, I don't want to touch this. And they don't have shooting, so I'm not that afraid of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I figure when they get close, I'll chaff them.
Oh, he just has axes. He didn't give them the flint.
He didn't give them the flintlock axe because those are real pricey.
Yeah, yeah. He just gave them the infernal weapons.
Talking about how pricey they were.
Yeah.
So there you go. His killer can's going to fire, kill off a couple guys. His whatever you want to call it, killer can, rattling gun.
Yeah.
You name it. His other one back here fires and kills one of these guys. Kills one of my knights aspirant.
Mm-hmm.
And shot me again. I made a bunch of armor saves. my 4 up armor. My 3 up armor, because it was a big fireball he dropped on me.
Right.
Made 4 of them. So, and of course, these guys come in from their ambushing on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be just about it for my trebuchet. Has 1 more shot. The riders killed off that one, reformed. And that's overall looks like what it looks like going into turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
This was a 19-inch charge, so it's 11 to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Knight's Aspirant, I figured I got 2 tries, might as well try it.
Right.
2 shots at it. Other than that, I think that was the only charge I made that turn. It was. Need an 11. There you go. And, I did declare the... Where did they go to? The General's unit declared his charge. That's this unit. Needed a 19. I guess he declared the charge on the Torox. Because he needed an 11 as well. There you go. Which they failed. All missed them all.
Yeah.
It's 11. There's not much chance
Right.
of that coming off. So just move the rest of the army forward. So I gave him a decent charge here. I mean, it's like coming forward. I needed an 11. So he's 1 inch slower than me. So he's probably going to need like a 9 or something to get to me.
Right.
But you can see these lines forming up. And I got off a couple spells.
You're right in the middle of it.
I'm right in the middle of it. So I got off the 1 spell I got off here was the one to let me reroll misses. The Midnight Sun, I think, or something.
Whatever it's called. I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know what it is. Anyway, I keep wanting to say something different. Anyway, got that spell off on these guys, which also let me put off, and then gave me the attribute. So I've got the cold-blooded. And then I cast the -1 to hit on this unit.
Right.
On this unit over here, the aspirants. Because I know this thing is going to shoot them again.
Mm-hmm. The hard target.
Hard target distracting
one, yeah.
Correct. So moving on, top of turn 3. Oh no, sorry, that's the guiding light. My mistake. I guess I did not get that off. So the hobgoblins come in here. Bonk. That's not. I don't think I even made him roll for that one. And the Torok declared the charge down the hill. The other big unit of Immortals, the big unit of 30 Immortals on the right, they declared a charge at my 2 knights out front. They fled, redirected into my Peg Knights, which were up here as well. They fled. So now he's going to stumble forward and be within range of both my blocks, if I would care to take that.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, as Wolf Riders came back into the side, in the edge of the board, start taking, so they can start taking some pot shots. And the Toroks made it. I don't know. That's one of the Birdmen of Equitaine thing guy, isn't it?
Looks like it's a guy that's running.
Oh, yeah, because that's this blade.
There's the
seeing his
blade there.
thighs
There's
as
a
well.
ruin there, and
A little fire creature
I
thing
don't know.
there.
I don't know. Are those the Forge World Fire guys? I don't know.
Could be. Anyway,
I don't have those guys. I don't know what they look like painted.
so he made this charge, but I'm not that concerned with it.
He's strength
He's
5, right?
5 or 6, one of the two.
Yeah.
He's got paired weapons. But this is the general of my army with Virtue of Renown, and he's
Mhm.
got the re-rolling to hit spell off on him.
Yeah.
So I'm not incredibly scared of this attack. Elsewhere, the Blunderbuss guys came up to deal with the Knight's Aspirant after I charge his
Hmm.
weapon team over here.
Right.
And you can see this big unit of Immortals have failed their charge, and they only came up a few inches.
Hmm.
And those guys, okay. So then he starts firing. He picked off 2 of them, but with their cold-blooded attribute, they
Mhm.
passed their test and they stuck around. So bottom of turn 3. Oh, sorry. Before this combat. So my guy with the Virtue of Renown actually came through. He did.
I went hacking.
He killed 2 guys,
Hmm.
and I think I did 1 more wound with everything else. But he killed 2 of me. Of course, he had charge downhill and 2 wounds. But I had 2 ranks, 2 banners, 6. I think I did a total of 6 wounds to him.
Yeah.
So he broke and ran. This unit ran through the Blunderbuss guys and ended up back here at the edge of the board. The Blunderbuss guys failed their check
Oh well.
and leapfrogged them and went off the board.
Ah.
So I didn't get a really good picture of that coming up, so I put that picture down. So moving on to my turn 3, the remaining aspirants are going to go at that gunnery team in the woods. The fleeing Taurochs were right here. So this guy, the Duke with the Virtue of Might and the Dragon Lance,
Right.
declared a charge at them to push them off.
Hmm.
So I figured he's going to end up out here somewhere. This unit, he dropped this Scorching Salvo, whatever,
Right.
the immolation thing in front of me, and I decided I wasn't ready to go through it yet.
Hmm.
So he, like I said, he declared out here. This unit of knights declared at the Hobgoblin Archers. And I'll show you how that's going to work in
Is
just
it
a
a
minute.
front charge or
It's
flank
front.
charge?
It's definitely a front.
Okay.
But so what happened? And they charged there. So look at that. It's a better picture. So as they come through and clipped them,
So you could clip them. Okay.
I had enough so I could come straight
Okay,
in,
that's all
turn,
you
and
need to
go
do.
clip them.
All right.
And then he had to force to me. Now
Yeah.
I've only got 2 guys fighting, and he's only got 2 files fighting.
Yeah.
But that's the general of my army there, and a bunch of knights.
Hmm.
So, sorry, general of the
Battlestar.
army, the BSB,
Right. And then
and a
knights.
bunch of knights.
Yeah.
So my champion, unfortunately, is out.
Hmm.
But I think I'm okay because I got 7 attacks here, and then 4 more from knights, and then a couple of horses, and
Right.
blah blah blah. That should be able to do it for those. And it's a combat res of 2, 4, charge for 5. Stance, I've got 5 going in, so I'm not that worried about it. There you go. That's what that looks like. And of course, the other guy failed his charge and just moved forward in that last picture. Go back to there. There you go. Since the Taurochs fled, I didn't want to redirect into this unit. I was happy just moving forward. So he just came out here into the field.
Oh, you just charged with one character.
I didn't charge with the unit because I didn't want to expose my flank.
It's like you're going to expose
No,
your
the
flank.
character charged out of the unit.
Okay.
Over here in the woods, the aspirants
Made short work and there's
made short work, but one of them staggered and fell on the
died in the
overrun.
trees. Hit a branch.
On the overrun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to get over here for the overrun so I could
Yeah.
get back in the fight, and one of them didn't quite make it.
So one of them got back in the fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we go. And this picture right here you're seeing is after the combat.
Wow.
If you'll notice,
There's nobody missing?
there's not a single model missing.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 strength 4 or better attacks.
Yeah, it's got shields though.
Okay. Anyway, all I had to do was kill one, and they wouldn't be steadfast. I killed none.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
This is worse than my worst flub on the Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's not good. So anyway, that's how it ends. So the Duke here is definitely an arc here
Yeah.
if he wants to charge that whole unit at him. But if he does, I'm going to flee.
Yes.
I'm not going to stick around for that. So going on to his turn 4, he decides not to charge him because he doesn't want to. Actually, thought he would charge him and then redirect into this, knowing he's not going to make it, and just stagger forward.
He didn't want to risk that you would actually stand and
Yeah,
smack him.
exactly.
In
I
the
think
flank.
that was the case.
Yeah.
So you can see elsewhere, at some point he's killed off 3 of these
Yeah.
guys. The Hobgoblin unit back here is, after they've killed that, the trebuchet have started marching back in because this is a scoring unit and this is one of the marks.
Oh, they're a scoring ambush unit. That's very handy.
Yeah, it is. Moving on to his magic phase. What he's been doing is he's been picking this immolation thing up and moving it recasting it further forward.
Right.
Just kind of advancing behind it. It's actually kind of funny. 4 dice to 7, I think. I don't think he got anything of significance off. I let his fireballs go, and anyway. So he's gone ahead. If you look, he picked up. That's what he did. He's picked up the immolation to recast it and failed to recast it.
Mm-hmm.
Back here, I mean, he's just go ahead. He's apparently figure the hobgoblins have them tied down. He's not worried about it. Okay. You can't see it, but there is a spell he does have off here. He cast flaming swords.
Okay.
On this unit back here, so they're +1 to wound, which I let go because
you're still.
I don't care if they wound me. They're still strength 3.
You're still a 2-up. Armor safe.
And then I had put the attribute at one point when I cast a spell. I'd put the attribute on him. So my plan was he was going to flee and then have 3 dice on a 9.
Right.
So I wasn't overly concerned with that because I knew he was going to be outside of the BSB range because the BSB is all the way up here.
Right.
So anyway. So that was his phase, and then we go into the combat phase, and as long as I don't charge, I can kill 7 of them.
Yeah.
If I charge, I can't kill crap. So...
Wait, your general's no worse.
Yeah, my general's exactly the same. So is my BSB.
Yeah.
The 7 attacks between these 2 are the exact same. Anyway. So I do smash 7 of them. They're no longer steadfast. Between the 7 wounds and the combat res, they break and run. They flee to here.
You decided not to follow them?
And I decided not to follow them because I didn't want to...
Flank charge from the other guys?
And I didn't want to run too... Well, it's my turn coming up.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to run too far and get things out of charge arc. Because if I go all the way here, anyway. So...
You'd only have the rocket.
Yeah. So there you have it. Looks like that. Going into my turn 4. Twice. So I have the flank of this unit, which is where his general is. So I declared the charge onto the hobgoblins, pushed them through
Chase them away.
pushed them through the whatever this thing is.
I can't tell what the
It's a
model
rocket
is, but
battery.
it's a rocket battery.
Rocket battery. Redeclared into the side of the general's unit, and he fled through this thing,
Okay.
through his gunnery team, which is going to keep him safe. I elected, because these guys were about 3 inches closer than these, despite, I don't know, doesn't look like that, but they were when I measured it. Maybe it was only 2, and this was still going to be a fairly long run. So I decided to go after the hobgoblins. Because I just thought that would put me in a better position for some reason. My 2 remaining knights of the realm here charged off the wolf riders, They didn't want any part of the 2 knights, so they ran.
Oh, I fled. Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have crushed them.
Yeah.
So
Still kind of risky with that leadership 6.
rolled my dice and caught him here, looking around, and then I did this reform.
Yeah.
He's got his wizard guy, his engineer back here.
Right.
So I put my general on this end of the line because when I was looking at it with a 9 move, he's going to be able to get around my flank.
Yeah.
One way or another, he's going to get around one flank.
Mm-hmm.
So I put my BSB on the right side, put my general on the left side, and faced it. So I got him where he can still escape out this way with a 9,
Right.
with a march move.
And you brought your aspirant guy up on the hill.
And my aspirant guy that was back here came up on the hill so he can see what he wants.
And your lance guy is facing back towards the middle.
Into the center of the board. He can from
So
there
you
he can see
thing?
all this.
Yeah.
He can see everything here.
And you chaff these guys up.
Yeah, my 2 yeomen have come up to chaff them up.
And you moved your lance around.
The other thing coming up
Oh,
is
your Pegasus Knights rallied, I guess.
Peg Knights rallied. They rallied last turn, and they flew back here.
Going after the hobgoblins?
Well, the hobgoblins, like I said before, are a scoring unit.
Right.
And this is turn 4 already, so he's got
Yeah.
2 turns left to get to this target. So by putting him here, he can't charge me because I'm out of his art.
Right.
And if he takes a full 8-inch forward, he's
You
just
got a
giving me
flank.
his flank.
Right.
So I'm just denying them the ability to come get this.
Right.
Elsewhere, like I said, they're chaffed up here. And again, it's turn 4. So if on turn 5 he hits me, now he's right here on turn
Right.
5.
Right.
So, and these guys, of course, are fleeing, but I've no doubt they're going to rally. So what I'm looking at is I've got this unit and possibly this unit to go get this target, this victory point thing, 2 scoring units, and I've got a scoring unit sitting back here on this one. So, moving on, he went ahead and charged it, my mounted yeoman. Not sure why, but he did.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, he rallied his general's unit.
He was hoping he was going to roll in the other lance or something?
What's that? No, I don't know. Because if he takes this overrun, then I'm in great shape.
Or did he declare it and he didn't realize it was in your rear?
No, he did. He knew where he was.
Okay.
I don't think he figured. He looked at, because when we actually kind of talked about it for a minute, and all he can do is reform and move 3,
Right.
and then I can move up and block him, and he'll never get here.
Yeah.
So I think what he decided to do was hit him. That way he can charge me on the final turn if I don't charge him.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll
So-
reform.
Correct.
Or if he rolls really well, he'll run out of your arc.
Yeah. He's missing a few guys because I've cast the that 2d6. There's a spell that does 2d6 that wound on a 4 up with AP2. I've cast this on him twice. Once at 2d6 and once at 1d6. No. Yeah. Anyway, cast this on him twice and killed some guys. Not a whole lot, but I did get rid of some of them. There we have that. There's his reforming up there. So here he made a mistake. I'm not sure why, but when he reformed this unit, he reformed him facing my rear, but left the gun team between them. So while he's facing me, he can't charge me.
He can't get to you. Yeah.
Right. I don't know that he wants to charge me with this unit, to be honest, but he can't get to me. So there you have it. He, of course, killed the 2 mounted yeomen. Turns back in to deal with this. And he did make his march move. He's just laying there because he won't stand right there on the edge of the hill.
He's tired.
He got tired from running from all the way there to there.
That armor and that big hat makes you tired when you run.
And those little short legs.
Exactly.
So he made his march check and got all the way up here. But he's right in front of my aspirant. And there you have it. And then he casts, I forgot what spell he cast that dropped 2 of my knights, one of his fire spells. I think he did a 2d6 fireball on him and killed 2 knights out of that unit. But they got the BSB and the general. They made their check, stuck around, even if they needed to check. Actually, they might not have even needed to. And elsewhere, that was it. Going into my turn 5. The BSB, you can see from here, is charged out, made a sharp left turn, and ran into the rocket battery.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the unit reformed to face this way, face back out here, because again, they're not worried about this at all.
Mm-hmm.
My aspirant charged his big hat guy up on the hill,
Okay.
and down here, the general has a 1-up armor, 1-up rerollable
One up
armor,
rerollable, yeah.
and this thing is -2. So I mean, he's got a 3-up rerollable armor versus this thing shooting me. And what I've done is I failed my march test with these knights. Okay, sorry, I'll get to that. And of course, here the big unit charged into the front of him, and the Dragonlance character charged into the flank.
Oh, you actually went into him.
Yeah, I did. I did some quick ciphering and thought I'd give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere, he turned to face my Peg Knights,
And you got on his flank.
and I kind of got back into his flank, so he can't do like a long conga line and get
Right.
near this or whatever. But I am in his, he can't see me. The only thing he can do is try to march and get to here, and it's not close enough. So
Right.
I've successfully kept them away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I used a 390 point unit to do that.
Yeah.
I've got scrying off on this unit and the leadership bump because of that. Scrying's the old -1 hard target distraction
Right.
spell. The aspirant charged this guy. I did no wounds, and he killed me.
Yeah. Not really a surprise.
Yeah, I probably should have left him alone.
He's with that guy.
He had a lucky shield,
Yeah.
so he was going to ignore my first hit. So I should have left him alone. Anyway, elsewhere the BSB may crush the rocket battery.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys there. You can't see it, but what they've done here is he moved out and placed himself here, so you can see this unit. I'm not charging this unit, and I don't really care much about that because it's only 100 points. But he interposed himself here, so if this War Machine thing wants to shoot at my 2 remaining Knights of the Realm, he's got to shoot through him.
I see. Oh, they're down there on the bottom.
They're down there just below the screen.
Okay.
And they're actually in the woods as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I need those to go get the target on turn 6.
Right.
And this way he can't shoot them.
And what's your wedge doing up there? Just
They reformed after when he charged out,
mm-hmm.
they reformed out of that goofy, wide formation and moved 8
Mm-hmm.
towards the center. They're also hoping to get in
Okay, that's what
close
I said.
to
So
this
you're
guy,
hoping
hunt
to get
him
him.
down.
Yeah.
I thought when I charged him, I wasn't sure I could beat him, but I thought I would do a wound to him.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that sure he was going to kill me or anything. I just thought he might hit me back.
Right.
And I thought they would be pinned there, and I was planning on bringing these guys in to finish him up.
Mm-hmm.
So combat goes. I killed a ton of them.
9.
And he got one of me,
Mm-hmm.
but that's it. He's stubborn.
Yep.
He has a champion, or had a champion. I did not issue a challenge with him. I think he issued a challenge, and my champion took it.
Mm-hmm.
And my champion killed his off.
Mm.
So he's got a character in here that's making him steadfast, stubborn,
Right.
and I can no longer attack him. So there you have it. Stuck around there. Go back to the big picture. It's his last turn. There you go. There's my guys hiding in the woods.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's an 8-inch move to get within 6 of that
Mm-hmm.
easily.
And he's facing the wrong way.
And these guys here can easily wheel 4 and then move 12 and be within it as well. And when I saw that earlier, that's why I went ahead and charged here.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't need to hold this one anymore because I'll get 2 on this one. I'll outnumber him on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So moving into his turn 6, he doesn't have much to do. He just shifts around, makes sure he's within 6 of this
Right.
target. Is this little guy, that's a fast little bugger.
Yeah.
He moves 9
And you can march 9. Yeah.
and gets out of my arc again.
Mm-hmm.
He has a good magic phase. The gunnery team shoots off 2 of my knights. They make their check with the rerollable. They're within both the general and BSB or around. And then we go to combat. He kills 2 of my guys. I kill 3 of his.
Should be kind of lucky because he's strength 5, armor piercing 1.
He's strength 5, AP 1.
Yeah.
But I'm hard target distracting.
Yeah. Yeah, that does help.
So
Still,
he's having a rough time hitting me.
Yeah.
I still think he needs 4s, though. I think he's weapon skill 5 base.
I think so, yeah.
So he needs 3, so it's
Could
4s.
be wrong,
But he
yeah,
doesn't
4s.
have... The big thing is he doesn't have that many attacks. I mean, he's got like 8 attacks on me.
Yeah.
And his BSB. His BSB, luckily for me, his BSB just whiffed.
So
With his-
he has 6 strength.
He's the
5
guy with
attacks.
strength 6-5 attacks.
Yeah.
Or strength, yeah.
And I guess the AP for the banner.
And the AP for the banner, correct. So we got that. And he's given him +1 to wound as well.
Yeah.
Which, not a big deal. So on the bottom of 6, turn 6, you can see both these units have moved over to get within 6 of this. BSB has come up here in case anything really weird goes on. And my general charged in
Come
here.
over to help out.
Because my plan is I'll charge into flank. I'll issue a challenge. He has no champion.
Okay.
So his BSB has to answer, and I've got a chance to kill him, which makes this unit not stubborn, which would crush him.
Yep, that would do it.
So there you go. He's got flaming swords off. I've got stars align and guiding light.
Where is his BSB?
His BSB is right here. There's this flag. He's
Okay,
like
so it's
right there in the
front.
center.
Okay. You can still refuse it. It's probably a smart thing for him to do.
Apparently that's not the smart thing for him to do. Apparently the smart thing for him to do is answer the challenge and do 2 wounds to my general
Oh, yeah.
while I do absolutely nothing to him.
Yeah.
And I kill a total of 1 model this turn to his 2 wounds he's put on my general.
Yeah.
His unit continues to not hurt me here.
Yeah, you still win the fight, but
So I win the fight. He's got a stubborn check and sticks around for
Yeah.
the last turn. I was really hoping to break this unit because that unit's a huge load of points.
oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I was assuming you just would refuse it because literally
Yeah.
strength 4 attacks go on him, and
We talked about it later, and
Yeah,
he said
who cares?
he admitted he should have done that.
yeah,
But that would have let me do nothing to his unit instead of him.
exactly.
So anyway, so that's where it ended. We only scored 1,650 points. Most of that was in the Torok guys.
Yeah,
He got 930, 560 of that were my trebuchets, which I almost gave him.
yeah.
So it was a 12-8 game, but with the objective, it made it a 15-5.
Yeah, trebuchets are hard to keep alive.
They are, and I'm tempted to drop them from the list because of that.
Yeah.
It's 560 points.
Yeah, I kind of like the bolt thrower.
Yeah, I'm thinking hard about the bolt throwers
I
because
mean,
they're so
they're not
much
as effective.
cheaper.
They're not as effective, but they're so much cheaper, so you don't feel so bad when you
Right.
lose them.
And this game, my trebuchets did almost nothing for me.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was dumb, and one of them only had 1 shot. And the other one had, 2? I only got 3 shots out of trebuchets this game.
Yeah, and you were shooting at the multi-wound guys, which the bolt throwers would have done just fine with.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, a big win for us. I mean, 15-5.
Yeah, the bonus points don't.
Nothing to sneeze at. The bonus
no.
points are so important in this game now, the way it's laid
And
out.
it's a victory.
And it is a victory for the Kingdom of
And you
Equitaine.
have the wrong font on this page.
And the Kingdom... What are you wrong?
Shouldn't it be the Equitaine font, not the Infernal Dwarves font?
No, it's kind of it's neither one, actually. But you're right. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more used to this army before I go to Buckeye battles with it.
Right.
Because that's my next...
You have about another week before you have to finalize your list.
Yeah, I've got to finalize my list. I've got a week. I don't know what to do with the magic.
Yeah.
I really don't know which magic path to go with. I mean, I liked divination. I really like the attribute with the
Attribute's nice.
the cold-blooded attribute, and the 0 spell, hard target distracting, is really good.
Yeah, nice spell.
And you can bubble that up. I had the spell. I never used it in this game, but I had the spell that lets you. What is it? It used to be the old net, where you have to roll a d6 for a unit and adds another d6.
Omnintalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to do certain things with a unit.
Yeah. Don't like that spell.
I never cast it. I had the one that does damage, direct damage, and got it off twice.
Right.
It did a little bit. So anyway, it's and then the reroll to hits are really nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
I would have loved to have that on that unit that charged those hobgoblins.
Yeah, the 2 rerolls are nice.
Rerolls are nice. So anyway, so I'm liking divination, but I also like shamanism. That +1 strength is,
Yeah.
or toughness is really big. Druidism I'm not so keen on, except it's got the raising wounds back. It kind of the idea I had with it was just cast these little useless things and get my character wounds back up.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that many low values casting spells is the thing. It's got a lot
Some of them are pretty low, and the range of them is really good.
Yeah, 2 of them. I think the first 2 were low, but
because the range goes on terrain pieces,
yeah,
not just on your
it
mage.
has to be the right terrain piece. But yeah,
right. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it one more shot before I pack it in and roll a die and make a decision.
Yeah, I wish the mages were cheaper and you could afford to actually have 2 mages in the army, but the characters are so expensive in the army. Doing that's just cost you too much.
Correct.
Then you could do 2 lores.
Yes. Yeah, I would love to be able to have 2
Because
lores.
frankly, if you could have just the base spells on the lores, you'd be happy.
I would be really happy with the base spell of shamanism, the base spell of this one, divination.
Yeah.
And the attribute of this one is just so good.
Yeah.
The attribute of shamanism is also useful.
It's not as useful unless your lance gets knocked down and your mage is up front, but
It's actually nice if a bloodthirster charges you, because then your mage can challenge.
yes.
Opponents don't like that much.
Yes, you can use your mage to challenge. That is true.
And there's a good shot she doesn't die even.
Yeah.
I mean, because the stupid Scourge of Wrath thing's got, I don't know, 7 or 8 attacks. He's going to hit all of them because he's got hatred.
Yeah.
But if he needs 5s to wound, that's only 3 wounds.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
You got a 5 up board, so you get one of those off.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my plan. So it'll probably be shamanism.
There you go.
It's a dumb plan, but I've got a plan. It's the only answer I've got for the Scourge of Wrath.
Yeah.
I can't take him otherwise. He's faster than all my other characters, and he kills them before they go.
Yeah, and if you could send all your characters, and they're probably still loose.
Yeah, because he would just challenge and fight me one at a time.
Exactly.
And make sure he kills my... he would challenge, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah. You have to
Not good.
You have to buy a huge unit of infantry and charge him with it.
I do. That's the way to go. As long as that movement 8 flyer wants to sit in front of a unit of infantry.
That's not the only thing you can do.
That's a good plan. Somehow I see a problem with it, though.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Not if your whole army's only made of those guys, then he doesn't have a choice.
Well, if I have 2 trebuchets, that's true. If I play Kingdom of Equitaine without any knights,
Yeah.
then I think it's a viable army.
Then you can do it. Yes. It is a stronger build.
Or I can play a couple trebuchets and hope he hides behind the hill the whole game.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Worked before.
It's worked once.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work again. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.